Now on to our keynote speaker for this event. Join me in welcoming Dolores Rodriguez, principal at Robert F. Kennedy High School.
Thank you, Jaime. Hello, class of 2022. I'm so honored to be here today. I want to give a special thank you to the BC President and his cabinet, esteemed faculty, family, friends, and the graduating class for this remarkable moment. This means a lot to me. I cannot thank you enough for this honor. I want to congratulate the parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, friends, teachers, all the people who took part in helping you get to this moment. This is also your day. Graduates, relish in this moment of glory and appreciate this gathering to celebrate you. Look around. This is an incredible moment, especially after a pandemic. I want to take you back to the spring of 2020. For our sites here in the Delano Campus High School District, it was specifically March 17th, when educational facilities across the country had to close their doors and provide instruction on an online platform, regardless of student learner preference or need. We had no choice. But learning online was nothing new. Many colleges and universities have offered online courses or programs for many years. We are in an era of technology. It is a part of our daily lives, so we must embrace it and appreciate it and use it for good and advancement. While online learning has been around for a while, the only difference between pre-pandemic and the past couple of years has been the act of choice. Choice, such a small word that possesses so much meaning. It is a strong, powerful word, an impactful word. If taken away from any individual, it could be crippling. According to Google, and we all used a lot of Google the past 2 years, choice is an act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. For example, the choice between good and evil. Every day we make choices to get out of bed, get dressed, and go to work or school. And for many of you, you do both. It is the freedom that we sometimes, maybe oftentimes, take for granted. The right of choice, the freedom of choice. According to an article in Leading Edge, an adult makes about 35,000 remotely conscious decisions each day. Just to take a moment and think about this. Already today, you have made approximately 17,500 choices. Of those choices, about 227 of them are just about what you're going to eat. No wonder I can never make up my mind when my husband says, "What do you want to eat?" I don't know, my mind's too tired, I make too many choices. In all seriousness, isn't this remarkable? And it sounds so absurd, because I imagine no one in this room, including myself, realized just how many choices we make freely on a daily basis. Then the pandemic happened. Many of our choices were taken away. We could no longer have family over for an evening of game night. We couldn't go to the movies. People couldn't even take a walk around the park. We were only allowed to leave our homes for essential needs like trips to the local Walmart to purchase face masks, hand sanitizer, disinfecting products, toilet paper, water, and food. We could no longer hug our loved ones, especially during a time of need. Some of us lost grandparents, parents, relatives, and friends, and were forced to mourn alone. Those were some dark times. Choices. In education, students were dependent on their Wi-Fi, working consistently to avoid getting kicked out of classes or meeting deadlines for assignment uploads. Everyone was at the mercy of technology. I want to take a small moment just to share a little bit about my background before I move forward. I am the seventh of 9 children, one of 5 girls, and the last of my siblings to be born in Michoacan, Mexico. I have lived in California all my life, specifically in the Central Valley since I was 5 years old, living in towns like Wasco, Early Mart, Ridge Grove, and finally settling in McFarland. I will celebrate 22 years this September married to my husband, Mark. We have a blended family of 6 adult children, aging from 34 to 24 years of age. And we have 10 grandchildren, ranging from 11 to 2 years old, and I've been sworn to secrecy. We have an 11th on the way. so don't tell anybody. In our family, we choose to exclude the word step from our titles. We are not bound by blood, we choose to be bound by love. Choices. Like many immigrants, my parents fled to the United States in search of opportunities for a better life for our family. They sought the American dream. My parents and many like them had the courage to leave their extended families behind to start a whole new life in an entirely different country. Choices. I can only imagine that it must have been the most difficult and scariest choice they had to make. But I also imagine that my mother made this choice without hesitation, because as parents, we do what we must to keep our families safe and to raise our children to become good, God-fearing, and kind citizens, to be contributing members of society, and ultimately to know who they are and their purpose in this life, and be happy about it and just do. Choices. This room is filled with people who have chosen tenacity, perseverance, and courage over quitting. It would have been justifiable to just give up. Why not? Our normal lives were stripped from us. Everything we knew, our sense of safety and comfort was no more. Our lives would never be the same. Robert F. Kennedy once said, "Tragedy is a tool for the living to gain wisdom, not a guide to which to live." You did not stop living. You chose to continue pursuing your education. You chose to overcome the challenges the pandemic brought with it. You chose. I want to be completely transparent here. It could be any of you standing at this podium today, because we all have a compelling story to tell. A story of overcoming obstacles. And how do we overcome? Through choices. We choose, like you chose to get out of bed, or maybe not, but you chose to fulfill a goal by pushing through and doing whatever it took to get here today. You chose. You chose to ignore the lies that we oftentimes tell ourselves, the voice in our head saying, "This is too difficult, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, I don't have time, no one cares, it's a waste of my time, I'm too scared, what if I fail?" But you chose. If I had listened to all the lies in my own head, I would most certainly not be living this dream as an educator. I would not have my beautiful family that is rapidly growing and flourishing. If I had listened to all the lies in my own head, to my critics, I would not have returned to the BC Delano campus at the age of 28 to pursue a college education. If I had listened to all the lies, I would believe myself unworthy of happiness and greatness. Choices. Shift your mind to positive actions in pursuit of meeting your goals. When you rehearse those moments, those images, you empower them. Take control of your mind. Today is just one more step forward to the next choice. I have 3 passions: to serve God, to be a good wife, mother, and yaya, because that's what my grandkids call me, and to serve in education. These passions are choices. James W. Moore's book, Jesus' Parables About Making Choices, centers on 6 choices we make as we grow, and he uses scripture from the parables for each. A parable is a simple story used to illustrate a moral of spiritual lesson, as told by Jesus in the Gospels. The choices in this book are choosing to grow up, choosing to help, choosing to try, choosing to be humble, choosing to listen, and choosing to prepare. As I approach the end of my time with you, I want to leave you with these challenges. 1, choose to continue to grow. In Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford University in 2005, he said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." 2, choose to help those who cannot help themselves. Be the voice for others who cannot speak up. 3, choose to try, even when you're scared, even when you fail over and over again. Robert F. Kennedy once said, "Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly." 4, and I'm almost done. Choose to be humble. Don't let titles or any amount of money negatively affect the good in you. Remember your roots, your humble beginnings. Lift up others. Be a tool to help others grow. 5, choose to listen. Listening to others is a path into their hearts. It is a powerful tool in de-escalating strong emotions and fostering a shared understanding. And finally, 6, choose to prepare. Write down your goals, have a plan, be doers, not dreamers. I am the first in my family and the only sibling to go to college and earn a degree. I hold a Bachelor's of Science degree in business, a single subject credential to teach business and English. I earned a Master of Arts degree in Education and Curriculum and Instruction and my administrative clear credential. I am the Robert F. Kennedy High School principal. I am a Thunderbird, I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, sister, and friend. I am a child of God. But I did not do this alone. First and foremost, I thank God for always choosing me. I am thankful for the choice my parents made to start a life here. I am thankful for my mentors who believed in me, for choosing to trust in my abilities to serve as a school leader. I leave you with one final quote by Heraclitus. The content of your character is your choice. Day by day, what you choose, what you think, and what you do is who you become. What's your next choice? Congratulations, class of 2022. I wish you the best, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dolores, for sharing such a wonderful and inspiring story for our graduates. Let's give it up with another round of applause for Dolores.